It was a hot day and we gave out some nice towels to cool people off and some popsicles.
Micah Baldonado is a senior here at UNC, and he was in a STEM class in Hamilton Hall behind me, where he said he and other students looked towards police scanners and news outlets to let them know what was going on around campus.
That's right, I am here at Margaritaville, and it's my first time being out here. I'm getting to experience the beach Jimmy Buffett vibe firsthand. I got to speak to a couple of bartenders about what drinks are popular on a day like this. I got to speak to Cheesecakes by Alex, where they not only sold out in cheesecakes, but they received a lot of business. I'm here at the splash pad in LeBauer Park, and I've talked to a few parents on why this location is perfect. It's another hot day in the Triad, and one way people are beating the heat is coming here to Wet n Wild Emerald Point, where they are celebrating National Water Park Day. But people who do not want to see that change happen are gathering here at this church. I am here at the USA Track and Field Masters. The tops of the buildings, which are usually easy to see, are foggy. I was here in class in the Curtis Media Center when the gunman fired shots on August 28. I witnessed students jump from the building behind us out of this window right here. And while this was my first experience with a school shooter, there are others on campus who have experienced this before. UNC senior Bella Miller is often at the gym as a student athlete, but on August 28th, when the Carolina alert went off, Miller was in class.
I just was like, wow, I'm gonna text my mom again that there's another shooting at my school. Like, how ironic. Like, this keeps happening.
The other shooting she's talking about, the day a gunman opened fire at her school in Parkland, Florida, 5 years ago.
Definitely a crazy thing to go through in my first year of high school. I mean, you're expecting it to be like all High School Musical, Rainbow's musical, and I got 17 of my classmates and peers dead instead.
Miller has had one too many close calls with deadly school shootings. Upon graduation from Marjory Stoneman Douglas, she had a sports scholarship to attend Michigan State, where a gunman shot and killed 3 people in February.
Thank God I didn't go there. I would have had to gone through this all over again.
Months later, however, a deadly shooting took her right back to the horrific moments in Parkland.
The fact that my professor wouldn't stop teaching and wouldn't really even lock down our classroom was just really triggering for me, because I was like, someone can walk in here at any minute and we would have absolutely nothing to do.
Miller said the shootings have taken a toll on her mental health, something only those who have survived shootings can only understand.
The fact that this problem is so ongoing, and even since I was a 15-year-old, I'm now 20, I've seen almost no change. And it's slightly sickening that kids just have to keep dying until someone decides that they want to change something.
Change is something Miller believes can only be made by lawmakers.
Being a survivor of shootings for me kind of gives me a reason to keep pushing. A lot of people that I knew who don't have the ability anymore because they're gone.
As for decision makers at UNC, she'd like to see improvements in their communication efforts. And students, she says, should speak up, tell their stories, and explain what's going on. Miller plans on getting involved in the fight against gun violence when she graduates from UNC. In Chapel Hill, I'm Noel Harris. Yes, I sat down with the UNC System President, Peter Hans, to ask him where the search stands today and what we can expect for the timeline moving forward.
I've been getting a lot of calls nationally from leaders who are interested in coming here.
UNC System President Peter Hans is getting a lot of calls because on this campus, the search is on for the next permanent chancellor at UNC Chapel Hill.
We absolutely want faculty, staff, students, alumni, and others to participate so that we have a good idea of what a cross-section of the community is looking for in the chancellor.
Hans expects hundreds will apply. A search committee has now been announced featuring the student body president, chair of the UNC Board of Governors, and the executive dean of the UNC School of Medicine, but no official timeline has been detailed.
There will likely be more than a dozen opportunities, some in person, some online, some earlier in the day, some later in the day, so that we can accommodate people's schedules. I'm hoping will take place during the month of April.
While Hans said the process will include the campus community, some students have concerns about not being heard.
The current pattern right now is still showing that we're continuing the same problems that were brought up.
TIG is highlighting some of the concerns detailed in a 2022 report by the American Association of Universities and Professors.
We don't want to dampen the quality and the quantity of the candidate pool.
Hans said there are a few qualities he is looking for in a chancellor.
A vision for the institution, having ability to work with a wide variety of stakeholders, being able to communicate your passion and your vision about Carolina to those stakeholders.
A search, Han says he will not rush.
I'd rather get this done right than to get it done quickly.
Hans insists that there is what he called institutional neutrality, despite critics calling it politics at play. Zaid Al-Abdullah is a sophomore at UNC and runs Carolina Fades. He brought his Clippers to the pit to help his friends look presentable for a Morehead Kane Scholar event that evening.
Okay. So I thought I'd come out and bless them, so they don't got to go get appointments. The year before and after was crazy.
Al-Abdullah has been cutting hair for a year and a half. He said he wanted to make money on the side while also supporting students.
You got you right. Allowing them to look presentable and walk into rooms and leave somewhat of a good impression without having to go spend crazy money on a haircut. I feel like that means something to a lot of people.
The cheap haircuts are from $15 to $20. This is what brought freshman Charles McCain to the pit that evening.
I need the service. It saves me from having to go all the way to Durham, where I usually go, and helps him put a little money in his pocket. So he loves to cut, loves to make money. I love to get my hair cut, so it works out for both of us.
While money is a goal for Al-Abdullah, he looks forward to putting smiles on customers' faces.
Especially around this time, like exams and stuff, people don't really got much to smile about. Give them a haircut, make them feel good about themselves.
Al-Abdullah said students can book appointments through his Instagram or in person. Reporting for Carolina Week, I'm Noel Harris.